Hi, this is Kelly from Kelly's Cards, Florida, and I'm here today to share my Love From Lizi February 2018 10 cards 1 kit. The first card I made, I used the cut aparts that was in the kit and backed that with some black cardstock that was also in the kit. I used a strip of the pattern paper, cut it down, used the peel-offs for 2 lines on that, and then I also used the peel-offs on the, it was already a gold look, but I wanted the real shiny effect. And then I took one of the hearts and used some sticky embossing powder and then the gilding flakes on that and stuck that on there at an angle, and then I used a Cuttlebug embossing folder on the cardstock, and I just put that on a white card base. That was card 1. For card 2, the cake was on the cut aparts, but it was on a large sheet, so I used a die and cut it down and then backed it on a piece of heavy cardstock from my collection. And then I used the pattern paper that was in the kit, as well as the ribbon and the sequins on this one. I thought that turned out cute. And then again, all of my cards, I just put them on white cardstock bases. For card 3, this one I used the Cheers embellishment that was on the cut aparts, and I cut it out using a die that I had. I used a circle die that I had to cut the green cardstock for the layer. I used a scallop stitch die to cut the strip with the black paper with the little roses on it. And then I used a Cuttlebug paisley rose embossing folder, and then used some of the Nouveau crystals drops on there. And also used the green ribbon to tie a little bow. For card 4, I took the diamond veneer and decided to use it on the gold side, and I backed it with the black cardstock that was in the kit. I also removed the tag that was on there. I used one of the stickers that was in the kit, the Wonderful You, with the gold foiling on it. I used a circle die and cut a circle out of the heart cardstock that was in the kit, and then I layered all that on the pretty striped cards or specialty paper, and then finished off with a little bow that I tied with the ribbon. For card 5, I decided to use one of the cut aparts and cut it out and then layered it on the green cardstock and used a scalloped square die that I had. I also used the pretty pattern paper and made a strip, and then the pink ribbon for a bow, and I used a Cuttlebug folder on the background, and then finished it off with some Nouveau crystal drops. For card 6, I used 2 of the pattern papers in the kit. I used a cute little scallop stitch die that I had to make a little banner top here, and then I used the tag and layered it on the pink cardstock, and then just kind of fussy cut around it and finished it off with some sequins and ribbon. For card 7, I used one of the cut aparts, and it was a larger cut apart, but it was a little smaller than an A2 size card. So I layered 2 pieces of the pattern paper underneath the gradient with the pink, yellow, and green variation on there. And then I, of course, used the gold peel-offs for finishing the edges, the little mirrored chevrons that were in the kit, and then some sequins, the gold sequins for that one. For card 8, I decided to create an eclipse card with this one. And I used some large dies that I had and used those on one of the cut-aparts and just simply used the word wish. I also cut 3 layers of cream cardstock, glued each layer together, and then added the cut-apart, which became the 4th layer, and then popped that up with foam dots. And then also used the gold pilloways and some of the Crystal Nouveau drops on this. I think this one turned out really cute. And then I also used the layered that on the green cardstock. For card 9, I used the stamps that were in the kit, and I simply stamped happy and birthday with some pink pigment ink, and then heat set those with some clear embossing powder, and cut apart one of the cut-aparts, the chalkboard look, and layered the balloons on there, and then tied a little string with a glue dot behind them, and then brought the strings down and used a piece of the pattern paper and some of the peel-offs and the happy birthday Cuttlebug folder for the pink background, and then finished it off with some sequins. And for card 10, I used one of the cut-aparts, the little cupcake, and layered it on a piece of pink cardstock that I cut using the square scallop stitch die, and then used the gold peel-offs, a piece of the pattern paper with the gold peel-offs, and then I used the green cardstock from the kit, and then used my Cuttlebug cupcake embossing folder on that one, and then popped up the embellishment on the top. So that finishes my cards for the week. That was 10 cards, 1 kit from Lizi, and I'll have close-up pictures at the end, and also I'll be featuring each card on a blog post with more details. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.